everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so excited that you're here. In today's video, I'm going to go over different iPhone hacks for productivity and to help you maintain your routine. If there's anything that I know about myself, it's the fact that my screen time has gone off the rails. I have no idea how, but I end up spending so much time on TikTok, Twitter, especially for this last month, ever since the holidays started. So I figured I need to do something about it and make it a lot harder for me to easily access all these apps. And while I was digging into how I should do that, I came across so many different productivity hacks that I felt like I should definitely implement on my phone, but I also wanted to make a video and share how you guys can do that too. So in today's video, I'll be showing you guys how I go about editing my phone and all the different techniques and hacks that I'm implementing so I can start having a healthy relationship with my phone. So with that said, let's get right into the video. So I have my phone right here and I just moved over so I can put my phone screen recording right next to me. My first tip is to take all apps out of your first screen. So this is the first screen that I see as soon as I open my phone. And as you might notice, I don't have any apps that could possibly distract me. All of my apps that could distract me are on the very last page, which is all my social media apps. So the reason I did this is so that I'm not inclined to just click on a social media app first thing as soon as I wake up. Instead, I get to see my morning routine, my Pinterest vision board, the weather for today, and all the events that I have lined up for that day. This makes it so easy for me to actually stay focused, and it makes it hard for me to scroll all the way to the last page, and even then I have it grouped up, so I have to click within the group and find the app that I want to use. Which brings me to my second tip, which is group apps. Especially group the apps that you think are going to distract you. All of these apps are my social media apps that I kind of use on a daily basis, but I know that they distract me and I go down a tunnel anytime that I enter this group. So the first thing I did was put them all in a group and then put them all in my last page. The third tip I have for you is to use widgets. I was so excited about this feature when it launched on iOS 15, but I didn't fully understand how to use it until today. So from these different widgets that I have on my phone, I'm going to talk about 3 or 4 different widgets that really make a difference to my day-to-day life. So the first one is the reminders widget. The first thing I see as soon as I wake up is this morning routine to-do list. What I can do is I can just click on it and I can check off whatever I did and then just swipe out and I can see what I still have to do for that day. And then you can uncheck it for the next day. So the way to set this up is going in your reminders app and just clicking add list and then calling it whatever you want. So I'll just make one for night routine to use as an example, and then click on the night routine and click new reminder and just put whatever you want on there. So I'll just put read book, shower, sleep by 10:30, and anything else that you want. Once you're done with your morning routine, you can also switch it to your night routine. That shows up right there. I only use it for morning routine, but you can also use it for night routine, your daily to-do list, or whatever else you want. So I personally found this widget to be the most helpful. So the fourth tip and the second widget idea I have is the Pinterest widget right here. This Pinterest widget links to my vision board, and this is my vision board, and every day I just see a new page on it. The way you can set up a Pinterest widget like this is by going on Pinterest and creating a new board that is for your vision board or your affirmations or whatever else you want. And then once you have that done, just click on your home page, just click the plus, add a widget, and you can search for Pinterest, and then you can choose from these 3, so different sizes. And then I just chose the first one, add widget. You can click edit it, user, make sure you're linked to your account, board, vision board, and update. You can update it hourly or daily based on whatever your preference is, so you can do it like that. So my next tip is implementing the focus modes and different do not disturb modes that iOS 15 introduced us to. So if you go on your control center, you can see that they have do not disturb, work, sleep, and then I set up my own focus mode, which is for the morning and personal. I personally use the sleep one, work one, and morning one the most because when I'm at work, I specifically set it up so that I'm only allowed certain important apps, which are my email, LinkedIn, Slack. I don't know why I have photos in there, but I have that as well. And people and calls, I'm not allowed from anyone. I'm probably gonna edit it to say my favorites because I do want calls from them. But other than that, that is my work mode that I use whenever I'm in a meeting. I also have my morning mode set up, which we can check out right here. That only allows apps like messages to show up and calls from everyone. So that is another tip, actually implementing the focus modes to stay productive. Another tip that I have for you guys is setting app limits. So the way you can check out what your app limits are, how to set it up, you can go on settings. Once you open settings, all you have to do is scroll down to screen time and you can click app limits right here. The only app limit I have is TikTok because that is the one that where I can't control myself. I have it for 1 hour 45 minutes every day. Some days this really works in my favor and I genuinely just am like, okay, I can't go on TikTok anymore, the app is locked, and then I just X out of it, which is why I love this app limit so much, because if you do tend to get carried away, this one might really help you. So this next tip that I have for you guys, a lot of people actually implement, which I was surprised by because I personally don't implement it at all, but a lot of people like to use the clock app for their productivity. The way you can do this is by setting up different alarms for any time blocking method that you have set up. So for example, if I know that a certain task is going to take me 2-3 hours to do, then I can write down I need to be done by 3:20 p.m. and just turn that alarm on, or just set up a new alarm for that time to remind yourself to be done with tasks. You can also use this if you have a certain meeting and you just want 5 minutes to prep for it or 10 minutes to prep for it, and you can alarm yourself like, hey, 10 minutes to go till the meeting. I haven't really started using this trick yet, but I want to hear from you guys. If it works for you, please let me know. I might just do the same. The next trick I have for you guys, which isn't really a productivity, it's more so like a motivational and manifesting and affirmations related trick. I saw this on Twitter one time, and the trick was to rename any group names to be an I am affirmation. So for example, these are all my social media apps, and the biggest thing that social media helps me do is stay connected to my friends. So my group name is I am connected. The reason I love this trick so much is because you're essentially saying this affirmation to yourself every time you go near that group or that app folder. I might not normally get time to say my affirmations throughout the day, but by saying I am connected, or just by looking at it, I'm kind of reaffirming myself that yeah, I am connected. That's the reason I use these social media apps, and it just helps me say my affirmations. I have 2 of these app folders that I haven't really changed up the affirmation names yet, so I'll do that with you guys. So one is with money, which has all my finance related products, so I just call it money. I'm going to rename it to be I am wealthy, so that I can say that to myself every time I open any of my finance apps. And then for editing, I'm going to write I am skilled. By doing this, you're introducing affirmations in your life in a way that you normally would not have. And finally, the last trick that I have is having your wallpaper reflect exactly what you're trying to do in that moment. For example, I'm really focused on just good vibes and positive and good energy all around, so my wallpaper has good vibes. Another thing that I'm really focused on is building my confidence. Confidence is really key, and that is exactly what my wallpaper is. My wallpaper literally says confidence is key, and on top of that, this is a live photo, so if I move it, it shows a picture of myself that I absolutely loved and I felt the most confident taking. So every single time I look at my phone, I get this reminder that confidence is key, and if I need to remember any moment that I was confident, I set up a live photo. You can do this live photo thing using TikTok and Canva, or on Canva you can write the quote that you want, and on TikTok you can add the live picture that you want along with the quote, and then overall just save it as a live photo. Alright guys, that was it for the video. Those were a bunch of tips and tricks that you can use to start having a healthy relationship with your phone. My goal going into changing up my phone was basically to stop wasting my time on my phone so much, which I know so many of us can relate to because the distractions out there are endless. But I also wanted to just remind myself that it's okay if you get distracted. It's not like you should just get rid of distractions completely. You just want to start minimizing them, and you want to spend time doing other things that feel more relevant and important to you. And that is exactly what I achieved by making my phone like this. If you guys decide to use any of these tips, please leave them in the comments below. I'd love to know how it's helping you. And if you have any other tips as well, please comment them down below. I would love to implement them all. But that was it for today's video. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends if you want to, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!